All right, Joe, are you ready? This is Tom.
And I'm Joe.
And this is Know Huntsville, another great music edition here. We have Amy McCarley, local singer-songwriter, supporting her latest album, Jet Engine. Jet Engine, right?
Plural,
okay.
Yes.
Plural. Mm-hmm. Jet Engines, then. You can check her music out at facebook.com/amy.mccarley. Also, amymccarley.com. Amy, thanks so much for coming in and playing with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Very excited. We've been trying to get you in here for a little while. Kind of hometown hero. Out there on the scene out there, really doing really good music. So why don't we start with that? We'll start with some of the type of music that you play, you think?
What type of music do I play, I think? Can we start by me saying how grateful I am for you guys being here?
Absolutely, you can start there. Let's start there.
And then we'll go back to that.
Amy, what a great place to start. You should actually take control of this interview because I think it's going to go better that way.
I just want to say thank you for doing what you do. I think it's great that that this is wonderful to have for local artists to bring what they're doing to light, and also for touring bands that come through, and it's just really. Anyway, it's awesome.
Fun. It is fun.
I was going to say, it would be, you need to thank us more if it was like something torturous. But like yesterday, we had 3 bands in here, just amazing bands. I think 2 of them were local. And they were just, it's just great meeting the people here in town and really knowing that we have great talent here is what is really cool about the whole thing. Plus just hanging out and having drinks but listening to really good music. And I think that most people don't know what kind of talent we have in here in this town, and I think hopefully this and other ones like us, like Spice Radio and some of the local venues, it really helped to put out the music that we got going on here. So it's really cool. I think it's getting bigger. That's my impression right now.
Well, I think with the people who follow you and see what's going on, it helps, and I think people don't necessarily know what's going on. So it's great when people and you just kind of elevate what everyone else is doing. So thank you for that.
Oh, well, of course.
It.
Well, thank you for the music. So there you go. It's very nice.
So
all right, so
back to your question.
Now you're
in charge.
Let's make the interview about Amy.
No, it's about you. Okay. All right. So you asked what kind of music I do. It's a folk country mix, kind of right in the middle, folk country rock.
Okay.
But more roots country than the kind of country that you might hear on country radio mainstream.
Let's hope.
Yeah, you're way better than that. It sounds really good, though. It's really good.
Right, and so this is your second album, right? And are you working on anything new coming up here soon, or?
I don't have. I'm not in the studio, and I don't have plans to be in the studio that are on the books or anything. I'm writing for my next album.
Right.
And just kind of getting used to this whole doing music as a profession thing.
Right, because you just recently decided to make this a full-time gig, right?
Yeah, well, it's...
Nice.
Thank you.
All right,
I'm going to applaud that, man.
It's rough, right? It's a tough decision to make, and then you find out some of the ins and outs of what it really takes to do it, right?
Yeah, so it's been a learning experience. I guess when I first went up to Nashville, I had my debut album, and I met with a guy up there at BMI. He told me, he was like, Amy, there's in the music business, you have the music and the business, and you know about this part, and this other part you're about to find out about. And so that's kind of what I've been doing, and so I'm learning. I'm just sort of finding my way, and how I can write and have it come from a real place, and have it also be a kind of a profession and a livelihood,
right?
And try to find the balance. I feel like. Today with today's music, it's there's a lot of pressure to push content out and always keep something going. And people's attention spans are so short, and there's so many people, especially with technology changing as it has, allowed for so many more people to be able to push content out.
Right. Yeah.
Then there's more competition, and there's this kind of like hurry up and let's so. Anyway, so I'm trying to figure out how to keep it real.
Right.
in this rocky ship of that kind of,
That could be tricky because, I mean, you don't want to push too much content out because then it gets, overdone.
Might get stale and old.
Like some bands put too much stuff out, man. And
yeah, you only can see that band play that same song so many times on Facebook or something like that.
Yeah.
I guess well, I don't know if that, for me, I just want the song, whatever I write, I want it to be a real song, that's something that I really feel and it means something to me, and if I didn't present it to people, then I wouldn't feel like I did my duty to feel like I'm a custodian of this, whatever songs come through me.
Well,
and if I feel like this one really deserved more attention, if I didn't do that work, then I wouldn't feel that I'd done my job. If I'm not feeling anything that feels like it requires that kind of commitment, then I just don't want to do it. But anyway, having said all that, I'm about halfway through my third album.
Well, to follow up on that kind of what you're saying, are you finding it just as hard to write and, like you were saying, to kind of keep it real as it is to actually do the business side? Like, are they equally as hard to do? Because I know singing, songwriting, that's a tough thing to do. Like you said, you got to constantly come up with how you feel and make sure you present it in a way that is true to what you wanted to put out there. But also, are you finding the business side of it as hard to do the music side?
I mean, I think I'm kind of learning. Yeah. I'm learning how to do that part, and I've definitely learned that it's a lot easier if you have more people on your team than just one.
Oh yeah, sure.
And there are a lot of jobs in music that I think before I kind of got into it, I would have thought I guess I just would have thought that maybe these jobs were unnecessary, that you would just be like, well, I have arrived, and here are my songs, and they're amazing, hear them. Yeah. But then it turns out you need people to help you share them, like you guys,
right.
and and then people to make those contacts to even get you to this place. If we hadn't known each other, then there would be phone calls made, and and things kind of like. It's just a whole big machine that I didn't realize. Right. I kind of really had this naive notion that I would just have some good songs and that they would be obvious that everyone, I would just, like, one person would hear it and they would, or,
I would go viral instantly.
Or I've said this before in interviews, but I thought when I first made my album in 2011, my debut, and I had them, I really thought that was, the finish line was making the thing.
Right.
And then once I had my album release, I didn't have any dates booked after that, and I just kind of was like, I just figured I would just release the album, and it would just be like, go, and like a falcon or something. And that was it, and I figured it would just...
You got to be a constant promoter for yourself,
Yeah, I thought
right. Your own social media guru, right?
Someone would just in the back of my car, like, is that a CD? What's on there? Like, can I have one? How much does it cost?
Where can people buy your CDs?
Well, thank you for asking, Joe.
That's Joe. Great.
I sell them on my website. And also all the places that you'd think to look, iTunes, Amazon.
Oh, cool.
Big time.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe you can set me straight on this. Is it hard to get on iTunes? To me, it seemed like, oh man, you made it to iTunes. That's it, right? But is it hard to get on there? Or is that they just accept? I don't even know the.
Well, I think this is something that we were talking about at the beginning about the technology and everything.
Right.
When you make an album now, you have an option. If you go with, you pick your manufacturer, and a lot of times they'll have packages that you can. It's not a lot to
which
get on
iTunes
iTunes
is included as part of that package. Like they get it on iTunes.
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
And then and a lot of other streaming media that you'll get.
Right.
Rhapsody.
There's so many.
What are the other ones?
Yeah.
So I don't think. I'm not sure that there's really like a bar for that.
Like a big barrier. Okay.
I'm not sure we can celebrate that exactly. But
now we can. Previous we could.
I think maybe just a few years ago we probably could have.
Bigger deal.
Maybe.
Yeah.
You talked a little bit about Kerrville a second ago, so tell us more about that event coming up.
Oh, well, yeah. So it's a festival that happens every year out in Texas since 1972.
Wow.
And there was a competition that I entered that they capped at 800 applicants and down selected to 32 folks that get to come and play a couple of songs.
That's crazy. That's a lot of people eliminated. That's got to feel pretty good.
Well,
right?
It's nice. Yeah. The thing that's exciting about it is that people, who get to play this event. So the 32 people get to play their 2 songs for the crowd,
Right, yeah.
and then you're judged. It's sort of like this weird American Idol for folk musicians kind of thing, you
right,
know?
yeah.
Right? So you do that, and then you're down selected to 6, and then from there you get a chance to maybe play. Those 6 people play on the stage, the main stage. You get a 20-minute set. So anyway, so it's great because a lot of people who have played it have gone on to have great careers, like Lyle Lovett, Robert Earl Keen, Steve Earle, James McMurtry. Really awesome talent, and so I'm excited to go and play that. There's going to be a lot of camping involved at Kerrville.
Will you be camping?
So yes.
All right.
And I'm told it's going to be maybe 100 degrees during the day.
Man.
So not only do you have the American Idol aspect of it, but it's also the Survivor aspect.
We're mixing these 2 shows.
How bad do you really want it?
And I'm not sure that there's an electrical outlet available, so what's my hair going to be like?
Totally.
It's really exciting
Big
to
deal.
find out. Makeup. If you're a dude, I think you have
It's
a
not a
severe
big deal.
advantage.
Right.
I don't think it's fair. I think they should get points off in the contest. But.
So that sounds really cool, and it's probably exciting to do that stuff on the road and stuff. So if people want to see you play live here in town, where would they come and see you play generally? Where do you play the most?
Well, I don't have anything right now on the books. I'm hoping to get that figured out. I'm in a bit of a kind of a booking weird spot, trying to go out and tour with this artist Kevin Gordon that I mentioned to you before the show.
Yeah.
Who's got a new album coming out, and some other people other friends that I've made playing music, and so I would like to bring my friends to town when I play again.
Cool. Yeah.
And and there are a couple places that I would look to do that. Tangled String is where I played last when I had a proper show.
That place is awesome. How great is that place?
Yeah.
How great are the guys over there? Just really awesome guys. They build really cool guitars.
Danny Davis, of course.
Right.
Yeah.
And the venue there is just great. I mean, the stage and how they do it, it's really nice.
Right. It's fantastic.
Good draw.
So I like there, and then also the Flying Monkey is a great place. That's where I have my album release party.
Place, yeah.
Right.
And it's great for if you want to have a full band and everything. I was just talking with Doug about that, playing there,
Nice.
Doug Bennett. And Straight to Ale is another place. Yellowhammer,
We know those guys.
I recently was at Bandito Southside, which is great.
There's a good venue right there, yeah, too.
And and before that, my sponsors for my album release party, the Boot Pizzeria.
Right.
I did a solo show there.
They keep on putting new shows on there, they're more and more. It's really cool over there.
Yeah, really sweet people, and they've got a great atmosphere. And I don't know if your listeners, your viewers have been to the Boot, but it's super cool.
Well, we
in
have.
there.
We have, yeah. We love.
And we're the only ones that watch the show. Really, so.
You're like, hi, Mom. Okay.
They're really nice over there.
They're really cool.
Really nice people.
Yeah.
All right, Amy, we really appreciate you coming in today. I'm really excited to hear you play some more music. It's Amy McCarley, amymccarley.com. 2 albums, check them out. You can also buy her music on her website and iTunes. Very exciting. And look for her music out there. Really excited to have you on. We've been trying to do it for a while. Your music is great. I'm really impressed that you're like I said, you're a hometown hero now, which is really cool. And I'm really glad that you came in here and you were able to play. We're going to promote the crap out of you now. So we're really
Thank
excited.
you so much. Thank you for being here, and
All
thank
right.
you for the opportunity.
Of course.
Thanks,
All right,
Joe.
Amy.
Right.
Cheers.
It's cool. I can drink myself.
He's got a problem.
It's true, I do.
We don't need to talk about that right now.
Off air.
That's a whole nother video.